Kacey
Hi, thank you all so much for coming. I'm Kacey Palmer, and most of you know me already, but for those of you who don't, I'll give you a quick summary. I am the youngest child of a neurosurgery PA and a mechanical engineer. My older brother is an award-winning cellist and is getting his master's in electrical engineering with honors, while also minoring in music. And I want to be a comedian. So yeah, I'm a little bit of an oddball in my family. You know the saying, it's not rocket science or it's not brain surgery? Yeah, my family's like, Kacey, this is literally brain surgery. You want to see pictures of the MRI? So yeah, they're all like building and launching rockets and sawing into skulls on the daily, and I'm writing jokes. No, I'm smart too. I'm on the principal's honor roll and I'm in the National Honor Society and stuff, but that's not who I am. For reference, the heading on my Instagram page says, "The world is my playground. Coffee, music, and comedy are my jungle gym." All that academic stuff, I just do that so that my parents will let me pursue my unhealthy obsession with those three things. Let's see, what else? I'm 17 years old. I'm 5 feet, no inches tall, so I certainly don't look my age. I'm expecting to get ID'd until I'm at least 40, which should be interesting since the primary workplace of my intended career is seedy dive bars. Actually, this is my first time doing stand-up. No. Not my first time standing up, though. No, I took my first steps last week, so I am way beyond that. No. In all actuality, looking pretty young has its ups and downs. Well, mainly I'm looking ups and other people are looking downs at me. But you get the idea. Actually, it's kind of like a superpower to look young, because, like I said earlier, I'm pretty smart, so I'm able to communicate with adults, because I'm in AP classes and I know that Africa is a country, or Africa's not a country, haha. Oh, messed up that line. But I'm also able to connect with children. I swear they think I'm one of them. They see a baby face that's closer to the ground than all the other faces around and they go, "That's my type of person right there." And I love it too, because I'm able to speak kid language and then translate it into adult language. Well, like I said earlier, other than comedy, my other passion is music. Estimate I spend about 68% of my free time in the music department of this year's school. It's not entirely by choice. This year it's become a requirement to spend every spare second of your Wednesday afternoon and evening in this wing in order to receive honors credits. It's brutal. They give you a few minutes in between jazz band and select vocal to gulp some water, pee, and down your DoorDash McNuggets. Mr. McBride, the principal, says it's good for us students because the kids who get really involved are more likely to be successful in all other areas of their lives. I don't know, I personally think Mr. D is just looking for new and torturous ways to grow his army of music minions. Well, one of these Wednesdays, I was at one of these 2-hour-long choir rehearsals, and on this particular Wednesday, Mr. D decided to bring his son. He's a cute kid. His name's Dylan. Dylan DeRochers. Double D. Double D! Mr. D, did you name your kid Double D on purpose? Man, you gotta think these things through. Anyways, Dylan was sitting in on one of our choir rehearsals, and he was drawing on the whiteboard. He was drawing these smiley faces in all the different colors. And so I want to make friends with him, because like I said, I'm basically a kid too. But, so I go up and I ask him what he's drawing. And he goes, "Yes, skeletons." And he's too small to reach the board, so he's balancing haphazardly on this piano bench. And I'm thinking he's gonna fall. And if he falls, then he's gonna cry. And if he cries, then 5 more high schoolers are gonna start crying after him. So I better go and make sure he doesn't fall. So I'm up at the board with him, and I'm looking at these skeletons, and I noticed that some of them are smiling, but others are frowning. So I asked Dylan, "Is he sad? Why is he sad?" And this kid, who is the square root of my age and named after a bra size, goes, "He's sad because he has no mom." Now, I'm horrified. What trauma is being manifested into these skeletons? Okay, so real facts here. Dylan is adorable, but he is an absolute menace. At one point while he was drawing his skeletons, he'd sneezed on the whiteboard, spattering it with a confetti cannon of his boogers. And so I mentioned that we needed to sanitize the board when he was done. Right after I say that, I kid you not, he looks me in the eye and goes, and gives that whiteboard a good old. Buddy, I know you had infantile amnesia during COVID, but your survival instincts have got to have told you that that was a bad idea. 5 years ago, I would have ingested a can of Lysol from watching you do that. But then I thought, maybe this kid is actually a tiny scientific genius. He's got this petri dish of a whiteboard cultured with samples of his mucosa linings next to an expo marker ink. Let's leave it and see what it grows. I invite you all into M1 after the show to check out the results of his findings. We have a great show for you tonight. I'd like to take this time to thank my directed study advisor, Miss O'Keefe, for her mentorship and the sound advice she has given me throughout this entire process. I'd like to thank Mr. D for his support and for allowing me to exaggerate events in my monologue at the expense of his kid. I'd like to thank my friends who blindly agreed to put all of their social inhibitions aside and indulge my comedic musings in the sketches you're about to see. And lastly, thank you to all of you for supporting me and the arts here at GHS. And live from Goffstown